Hi, welcome to my channel, The Reclusive Crafter. My name's Dawn. Another scrap busting Saturday. Today I'm going to be playing with this little lot. Lots and lots and lots of different scrappy bits that I've collected over time. And I'm going to see what I can make with them. The idea being I want to try and make some clusters. So I'm just going to pull some little bits out of here and see where we go from there. So hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I'm just initially going to, I know I've got some little bits like this in here from previous projects that I've done, so I'm just going to find some of those and then we'll see what occurs. That's a nice little bit. Just going to layer up, don't want to lose it all down the back of my desk. Having room for everything so that you can see. There we go, hopefully you can see, and I've got enough room to work. I really do need to get a bigger desk. I don't have a big enough desk for what I do, and you can never have too much room. Okay, so what have we got here? Let's start with these ones. That's a nice little piece there. I'll pop that on there, and maybe pop that piece on there and that piece on there. I've got a pretty little bag here, but it's more Christmassy than anything, so I might save that if I can find a Christmassy theme in amongst this lot. I might do something quite like that. That's quite pretty. Pop that on there. Sparkly bit. I'm just going to cut off those little edges. There we go. Just throw them back in the pile. You never know, they might come in handy at some point. Got a little piece here. Maybe that can go there. And that can go over the top. I think maybe 3 pieces on each might be enough. I've pulled out a lot of little embellishments and things. And I thought I'd also try, and I don't know what this is going to turn out like, but I thought I'd try a little bit of a wax seal on top when I've done. But yeah, lots of ideas, but I'm not quite sure how it's all going to work out. So I'm just going to tack these little bits down. I'm just going to start with these 3 first of all, and we'll see where we go from here. So I just want to just tack these into place, because although the wax seal will go on top, I don't think the wax will hold all 3 layers together, and then I can work out afterwards what I need to be doing with, how was that on there? Oops, getting all glued up already. There we go, pop that on there. Oops, a daisy. Hope you're all having a good day. So it is actually Saturday today, but I'm trying to get ahead of the game, so this video will be going out next Saturday. And this week it's very muggy again. I don't know if it's going to rain or not. What's that on there? That's a little bit of sellotape on there. Let's just take that off of there. There we go, that's better. Let's, okay. I don't really like how they're positioned. I wonder if I can just move that. There we go, that's, I think that's a bit better. So, I need a little candle. And then we're going to have a little bit of a play with the wax. Let's pop that one up there. And pop that in there. I'm just going to move this aside just while I light this candle, because I don't want to set all my things on fire. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to put that there so that hopefully you can see it. I'm just going to check that that's in shot. And it is. Lovely. I'm just going to move these aside for a moment. Don't want no fires. Right then, and now I'm just going to have a look at the colours. Right, I think for this one I'm going to do a little bit of purple and maybe a little bit of blue, and we'll see where we go with that. Purple and blue. There we go. Let me just get a stamp down. I'm going to use my initial. Let's see what that looks like. I don't use my wax seals very often, but I quite like the idea of them. I just never think to get them out, to be honest, so I thought with this it might be an opportunity to try and make use of them. I'm just going to try and put some more together just while we're waiting for that wax to melt. There's another little bit of that shiny one there, and oh, got a nice little black piece there. That's very pretty. I wonder if I put that one on the bottom and maybe cross that one over, and then that one on the top there. What do you think to that? Who knows? Right, let's just dot these down. Oh, my head's probably in shot, sorry. There we go. Okay, so we've got another one sort of started there. Like I say, I really don't know what these are going to turn out like. I've never done this before, so it's all a bit of trial and error, but you don't know unless you play, do you? A little bit of a play today and see where it takes us. Exciting times, huh? Right, that one. Okay, I think I'd like a little something else on there. How about a little bit of sparkle? What do you think? No. A little bit of red ribbon, perhaps. Okay, I think that one's cooked by the look of it. So let's just pour that one in the centre there. And then pop my stamp in. Give it a couple of seconds to let it harden a little bit. We'll see what it looks like. It's probably going to be pants, or it might not be. We might be pleasantly surprised. Is that dry? Oh, well, that was good. I just shoved my fingers straight in that, and it was nowhere near dry. Ah, who knew? Okay. Like I say, I have got some little embellishments here as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to use these. Just going to see how that goes. What I might do actually while that's drying, so it's not fully dry yet, just wonder if I can get just, how does this open? There we go. That's it, throw them everywhere. Yay. I'm just going to see, got a little blue flower there. Maybe I could just squash that in there if it's still wet enough. Not sure it is. Maybe not, I don't know. We'll see. Right, let's have a look and see how that's cooked. Yeah. What do you think? I do not like the little flower on the side there. Or at least I don't think I do. Excuse me. Yeah, it's not too bad, I guess, is it? I think I'd prefer it if the edges of this material wasn't quite so uniform. Let me just cut some bits off just to randomly get a bit of randomness to this. Just don't like that, the fact that it's so uniform. I think I'm happier with that. Okay, what do you think, guys? Don't know. Let's do another one. So I want a bit of blue again. I think what I will do on this one is I'll put a little bit, I'm going to use that little, oh, do I want to use that one? I don't know. So many choices. I think I'll go with another one of those light blue ones, but I'm going to put it into the wax while it's actually wet, and I'm going to use a little bit more wax than I did before, and this time I'm going to go with blue because I've already got blue in the container. So I'm going to use 3 little blues. I'm going to use a little bit more wax than I did before, and I think I'm going to go with a little bit of gold. And the reason for the gold is because we've got those little yellow flowers there, so I'm just going to see what that looks like. So we're going to go with that. Let that melt down a little bit, and see where we go from there. That's quite a nice little piece there to utilise on something. There's another nice little piece there. There's some little flowery bits here that I might try and incorporate, maybe. Who knows? There's a little bit of brown there. That's quite a nice little piece there. So that bit could go on the bottom, and then that bit on the top. Maybe at an angle there. And then what else have we got in here? Oh, there's another decent sized bit and another decent sized bit. And that's quite a nice little bit there as well. So let's, running out of room here. So let's wait for this one to do. I want some more on this one. And got little hearts there. Oh, got a little bit of lace there. That's quite nice. Could have that one. Don't really want to cover up all of that. Maybe I'll pop that one on there. And then I've got this bit here. Maybe pop that one on there. What do you think to that one? Don't know. Difficult to tell, isn't it, really? Right. That's for this one. So let's pour that all out on there. That's nice. And then I'm going to put the little blue bit on that side, and then we're going to pop that down there, and we'll just wait for that to dry off. Yeah, those Not, I don't think they're really working very well. Not keen on those. Maybe I'll stick them on after with a bit of glue rather than actually trying to put them into the wax itself. Might be a better idea. I think so. Okay, well, that's what we'll do then. Right, so I'll just wait for that one to dry. A couple of little bits here. That's quite nice. Oops. That one can go on there. And actually, if I get some more wax on the go, that can pretty much be... Pop that there. What do we want on there? Let's do a grey. I wonder if I can just wipe that out a little bit. It's going to be a bit warm, isn't it? See if I can wipe it out without burning myself. That'll be interesting. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Perfect. Right, what colours do we want? Did I stick that one down? I did. What colours do we want on there? I think pretty green would be nice. And maybe a pink. Random choice. Let's go with those. So we're going to go with a pink. And we're going to go with a green. And is this one dry? Feels like it might be. Peel that one off. Oh, I like that. It's a shame about the embellishment not working. Yeah, I don't like those embellishments. I don't think I'm going to use them in that way. But I really like that actually. That makes a really pretty little cluster. So I'm going to pop that one over there. Give myself room to work again. So that one's not stuck down. I'm going to stick this one down. And I'll pop that on there, like so. And then, oh, glooby-doo. Pop that one on there. And then this one, we've got that one. And getting a sticky mess. Pop that one on there. Right. I think they're all stuck, aren't they? So I've got 4 more to do here. Now that green and pink, I think I wanted the green and pink for that one, didn't I? But I think it would work on there as well, actually. So let's see. I think I might like that on there as well. I know that's 4 pieces on there, but I think that works really nicely on there. There we go. Okay, I think the green and pink's all cooked. Let's pop that down there. I've never really played with wax seals much, but I must admit, whenever I see them that are being used in people's journals, I do think how pretty they are. I'm going to use a little oak tree here. Just leave that one to settle a little bit. And then on this one, what should we use on there? I think let's do a white. Let's do a white and a pink on that one. I'm going to leave the residue in there because I'm just interested to see how that will affect it. There'll just be a hint of other colour in there, which I think would be quite nice. So I'll leave those to melt away. And I've got some more little pieces here. So there's that one. and there's that one. And again, these are all very, very square, aren't they? Just going to randomly snip away at these so that they're not quite so samey all the way around. Just a little bit of randomness there. That works. Okay, pop that one down there. There's really absolutely no rhyme or reason to how I'm doing these. It's just pick it up and work with it. And then this one can go that way round. This Fabri-Tac glue is brilliant for fabric, obviously, that's why it's called Fabri-Tac, but it is very stringy at times, and yeah, it gets a little bit gloopy. Right then, so let's have a look, see what we've got here. Oh, nearly stuck that to my thingy there. Right, that should be cooked, and it is. Oh dear, and it's stuck all the way down. That's good. There we go. Oh, it has actually melted all the way through. I didn't really think it would. So that's the little oak tree, and I think that's very pretty. That's really nice. I like that one. I've done that one for this one. I think I'm going to go with the oak tree again for that one. A little bit of ribbon there. What I might do is just do a little bit of ribbon on there. Not really sure how I want to use that in a journal. Could put a little embellishment down there, which would be quite nice. So I think I'll use that. Pour that in there. That's quite nice. There's just the tiniest little bit of the turquoise, the greeny turquoise in there, which is in keeping with the green here. I'm just going to let that one dry off. Have I glued the rest down? I have indeed. Lovely. Okay, so what have we got there? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's 7. So I've got 7 there. I think what I might do is call it a day on the actual number of clusters I'm doing, but then I will have a look and see if they need any further embellishment. Not sure that that bit works there, but it's going on there anyway. Put a little bit of randomness there. I didn't put any stuff in there, so I need to do that. So what colour do I want? I think I'll go with a pink. I've got a pink and a white there. How about a purple? Maybe a purple and grey for that one. There's the grey. And there's the purple. Let that one melt down. That one should be cooked by now. Yeah. Oh, it might be an idea to do these on some greaseproof paper, guys. There we go. That's that one done. That's really nice. That's got a little dangle to it. So yeah, I'm not quite sure if that's going to stay that length or how I'm going to make use of that, but we shall see. That's that one done nicely. Good. Yeah, definitely worth putting something down on this. A little bit of greaseproof paper I don't think would go amiss doing this job. I'm going to pop that over there. I think these are coming out really nice. Oh, that's a nice one. I like that. I wonder if I can quickly find some bits to go with that. There's a bit of brown there, ironically. Get rid of that little bit. Get rid of that little bit. What else have we got? Oh, a little bit of brown there. What else we got in here? Let's have a look. Oh, that's interesting. A little bit of brown there as well. I think that bit's too big, if I'm honest. I'm going to cut that down. Here's my scissors. I'm going to cut this piece down. There we go. So let's pop that now on there. That looks better, doesn't it? It's not quite so humongously big. That looks really nice. Happy with that. I've got a nice bronze I can put on that, which is fab. So yeah, like that. That's a bit exciting. So I think this one was for on here, and even if it wasn't, that's where it's going now. There we go. I think I need to invest in some more stamps. These are, love these. I've got a whole set of Harry Potter ones. I did a Harry Potter journal for my granddaughter, and I've got a whole load of stamps for that. I've got a whole set of them. Yeah, unless you're actually doing a Harry Potter thing, then not really quite so relevant. I'm just going to do a green and a yellow for this one. There we go. How's that doing? It's still wet. They take quite a long time to dry. I don't remember them taking this long to dry previously, but I suppose they do. Right, I'm going to just tidy up a little bit. I'm just going to, while I'm waiting for that to cook itself and to dry off, I'm just going to pop that all back in here. There we go, just tidy up a little bit so I've got some room to work on my desk. Lovely. All sorts of little bits and pieces in here, and I literally, when I'm working, I just literally just bung the tiniest of little scraps, things like this, just the tiniest of little scraps I put in here, because you never know when you can just make use of randomness. Okay, so that's those done and out of the way. That should now be, well, that's still a little bit damp. I'm just going to see if I can, that's okay. I think while I'm waiting on that one, I've forgotten what, oh, I was doing that one for here, wasn't I? Let me pour that in there. There we go. A little bit of green and yellow there. That one I think goes probably up that way. That one's about dry now, so let's just peel that off gently. That's that one. That's nice. Yeah, I'm not sure mauve was the right choice of colour, but I think it's nice anyway. Okay, let's do this one. I'm going to do this one with what I've got left in there as well. And what are we going to use in there? So I think I'll go with another white and maybe a light pink would be nice. And why don't we really push the boat out and what other colour can I add into that? I'm just going to pop one of these little blue ones in. We're going to go for a tricolour option on this one and see how that looks. I could have gone for gold actually to bring that in, but that'll do. We'll see. We shall see. Let me get that little bit of ribbon out of the way. Pop that there. Just wait for that to melt down. I hope you're all having a fabulous Saturday. I've got the day completely to myself today. My other half has gone out and he's going to be out for the whole day, which is great because it means I can just crack on and just play without feeling guilty about being in here. I've got the two dogs in here with me. They're being very good at the moment. Little Lola's completely blind. She has no eyes, but she manages really well. But because she hasn't got any sight, she tends to compensate vocally, so she can be very vocal. So apologies if she happens to wake up and screams the place down, because she quite often does that. And then there's little Uzo, who just needs to be right next to me all the time, so I can't leave him out. So I've got them keeping me company today. And it's incredibly warm, and I'm just waiting on these waxes to melt down. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, it's a bit of randomness there, isn't it? Not bad though. Not bad at all. Let's just pop that one on there. Right, while those are drying, I'm just going to clean this one off, because this last one I want to do in bronzes and golds, and I don't want it to be, I don't want the colours to mix with random other colours. So do be careful when you're using wax as well. It gets incredibly hot. As you can imagine, it's what it's supposed to do at the end of the day. Right, I've got a lovely rose. I'm just going to move those up there out of the way for now. I'm going to bring this one in here. And I've got a lovely, I've got bits and pieces all over me. So I have got a lovely bronze. Well, actually, is that a bronze? I'm not really sure. It looks like a bronze, so I'm going to go with that one. I'm also going to go with the gold. And I'm going to put a tiny little hit of peach in there as well. And see, oh, I didn't want that there. Let me just move that over a little bit. There we go. I'm going to pop that peach in there. And then we're going to call it a day on that, and then I'm going to just look afterwards to see if we can embellish at all. Is that dry? I think it is. That's another, oh, I love that. That's beautiful. That's nice. Like that one. And then let's see if this one's dry. I believe it is. That one doesn't want to come off. There we go. And that one's very pretty as well. I like that. The yellow and green together. That looks pretty as well. I'll show you all of these when we're done. I'm just going to finish off this last one. And then we're going to do maybe a little bit of embellishment, but like I say, I'm not really too sure at the moment what exactly that's going to look like. So while that's happening, I'm just going to put this box away. Excuse me for stretching over, but that sits up there, out of the way. Just clearing my space down, because I haven't got a lot of space to work with. Just clearing it all down. I'm just waiting on this one to finish off. And which one do I want to go for? I do like the oak tree, I have to be honest. I think I'm going to go with the oak on this one, with it being browns. We're nearly there on the melting. Okay, I think that's probably enough. Let's put that down there. And then we're going to give that a squidge down there. I'm just going to leave that to dry, and while that's drying I'm just going to clean up a little bit. And blow my candle out. There we go. I'm just going to leave that to cool down now out of the way. Just going to clean out my little scoopy bit, my little spoony bit, while it's still wet. While it's still wet, while it's still hot, because it's easier to get the wax out while it's still warm. That's that one done. Okay, so let's pop that out of the way. Just wait for this to dry down, and then we'll have a look and see what we're going to do. A bit exciting to see how they've all turned out. Is that dry? Yep, I think that's about ready to peel away. Love it. Look at that. That's lovely. Really like that. Okay, so let's have a look at what we've done. Let me pop that one out of the way. So we've got that one, which is all browns. And did I stick that down? Do you know what? I don't think I did stick that down. Let me just pop a little bit of Fabri-Tac under that. Hold it in place. There we go. There, if I didn't stick it down, I did now. So that's that one done. So we've got that one. And we've got that pretty one. I'm saying that, I think they're all pretty. That one goes up that way. I think I did more of the trees than I did of my initial actually, but that works for me, I don't mind that. And then we've got these two here. So we've got that one there, and we've got that one there. So that's a little bit of a mass make there. I think they are absolutely lovely actually, and I'd be happy to use those in journals. Do they need any embellishment? I'm not really sure they do, if I'm completely honest. You could maybe get away with putting a little bit of embellishment on here, but I think, oh, I quite like that there, saying that. I actually think they're quite nice as they are, and then embellish them when you're ready to put them in whatever it is you're going to be putting them in, which would make them a little bit more specific for your project. I'm just going to pop that on there purely because I just happen to like that on there. There we go. Do we like that? I don't know. Do we like it? Do I like that one there? I do quite like that one there actually as well. They work quite well, these little roses. I'm going to pop that one on there. I think it's because the colours lend itself to them potentially. I don't know. Just pop that one on there. Okay. You see on the, I wished I hadn't put those in there now, but it is what it is. never mind, you live and learn, don't you? Do your embellishment after the event. I don't like that on there. Do I like that on there? What's that on there? Do I like that one there? I don't think I do. That one might be nice on there. Yeah, I quite like that there. So we'll go with that. And a splodgeroonie of glue on there. I'm not going to use, I don't really like this one. I could cover up that, couldn't I? I'm going to find some little flowers to cover up those, because I think that would look nicer, if I'm honest. And that would be a good fix. I mean, do you know what? Some people actually might like that little bit of bling sticking out the side there. If I'm honest, I actually prefer that. So I think I might just go ahead and stick that on actually, because that's going to really annoy me. There we go. Let's just be done with it. There we go. Just stick that on there. And I'll find another one to pop on there later, I think. Unless I've got anything in my magic box of tricks here. I don't think I have. I don't think I was that well prepared. No, I don't think so. I don't think there's anything in there that would work. So I'm going to find something else for that. So for today, guys, I think I'm going to call it. I'm going to work out what other little embellishments I want to put on these. But I think it's safe to say that's a bit of a success. I think they're really pretty. Leave a comment, let me know what you think. And I'll look forward to seeing you all again soon. Take care.